What's going on? I have a whole bunch of extra steamed buns from the video I did on pork buns. One of the best parts of these buns is that they freeze really well. In just about 3 or 4 minutes, I can steam these and have a really, really good lunch or even a dinner. In this video, we're making 2 different kinds of bao, of steamed bun. We're making a fried chicken, and I'm making a grilled shrimp. Let's go. I have chicken legs here, so we're gonna separate these into the thigh and the drumstick. Basically just find where the 2 bones meet and your knife should go right through. Now I have a drumstick and I have a thigh. With my piece of chicken, I'm just gonna clean it up a bit and I'm gonna take off the piece of the carcass, just pop the bone out of the socket, and then you should be able to slide your knife right in between where the bone attached to the body. The knife goes all the way through, and we'll save this for stock. Then with the tip of my knife, I'm gonna slide along the bone, just making sort of small cuts until I can grab the top of the bone and then sliding all the way down and completely detaching the bone from the chicken thigh. Move on to the drumstick, use the back of my knife, and I can just separate this little knob that's on the end. It'll pop right out, and then my knife will easily go through it. Same exact idea here. Use the tip of the knife, just slide along the bone. Once you can grab onto a piece of the bone, hold onto it, and slide your knife through it. Save this part for stock as well. You've got a boneless thigh and a boneless drumstick. I'm just gonna split the thighs in half so that everything is about the same size. And we'll move on to our brine. In a freezer bag, I'm just gonna add my pieces of chicken right in here. I'm supposed to use buttermilk, but that's really hard to find, so I'm gonna use whole milk. And then I'm gonna add lemon juice. Lemon juice is acidic, buttermilk is acidic. This is gonna basically create something similar. A bit of sriracha and a bit of salt goes in there. Close up the bag, give it a quick massage, and you are ready to put this into the fridge. Now our chicken needs to hang out in the fridge for, a couple of hours. I think probably 2 to 4 is really what we're looking for. It's gonna get a little bit of flavor from the hot sauce that's in there, the buttermilk or the buttermilk, my mixture of milk and lemon juice, is gonna help tenderize the chicken. Obviously it's a little acidic because of the lemon juice that we added. Buttermilk on its own is just acidic. So that's gonna help break down some of the proteins, basically make a more tender piece of chicken. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna make a Sriracha mayo. We're gonna use this on both of our buns. Really, really easy to make. Just a few ingredients, sort of ready-made sauces. Combining them is a fantastic trick. Let's make a Sriracha mayo. Start with some mayonnaise, a couple of scoops of that, and some sriracha. I'm doing a 3-to-1 ratio in this recipe. Mix it all together, a little bit of lime juice, and then realize that your bowl is way too small, so transfer it to a larger bowl, stir all that together, and there you have it, Sriracha mayo. Our chicken has been in the fridge for about 2.5 hours at this point, which, I think is good enough. Now, we're not gonna get really, really complicated with our batter. Batter is probably when it's liquid and a breading is when it's solid. We're gonna make a coating. That word works a little bit better. So let's jump back in the kitchen and let's finish making our fried chicken. Our breading starts with all-purpose flour. Then we're gonna add a bit of fresh cracked pepper, a bit of garlic powder, and a bit of paprika. Mix that all together so everything's combined and equally distributed. Get our chicken out of the fridge and then add a piece right into our breading. Make sure it's completely covered, tap it in, roll it around, shake off the excess, and then put it on a plate. We're gonna move to our stove, heat some oil to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, then add our chicken. We're gonna cook in batches. I'm only doing 2 at a time so the oil temperature doesn't drop too much. Turn our chicken over so that both sides cook. And then when it's nice and golden brown, we'll take it out and set it on a sheet lined with a bit of paper towel. As soon as it comes out of the oil, we're gonna sprinkle it with a bit of fleur de sel. We have fried chicken. Now we're gonna move on to steaming our buns. I've got a bit of water here that I'm gonna bring to a boil and use my bamboo steamer basket. That just goes on top. And then once the water comes to a boil, take off the lid, and I'm gonna use my frozen, these are completely frozen steamed buns. They just go into the basket, put the top on, and after about 3 to 4 minutes, you'll have delicious steamed buns. And now it's time to plate. Put a steamed bun on the center of the plate, just open it up. We've got our Sriracha mayo. Use a brush to evenly distribute the Sriracha mayo, bit of iceberg lettuce, and then a piece of our chicken. It's a little too big, I'm gonna cut it in half, and there we go. We have a bao bun, a fried chicken steamed bun. Fried chicken was really, really good, but like we said at the outset, we are going to be making 2 different kinds of buns. So we're gonna make a grilled shrimp. We already have the Sriracha mayo. We're gonna use that again in this recipe, but we need to prep our shrimps a little bit. Where I live, we get shrimps with the heads on them, which is good because I can make a stock of them afterwards. And there's one part of shrimp that makes them, I guess, a little bit annoying to prepare. We have to devein the shrimp. So let's prepare our shrimp. We're gonna dehead them, we're gonna devein them, and get them ready for the grill. Taking the heads off is really easy. You should just be able to twist and it'll pop off, and we'll set that aside for stock. Really delicious. Take off the legs. Be a little careful here. They're sharp. Once the legs come off, you should just be able to really easily peel back the layer, the outer shell, and it should pop right off. To devein, set it flat and run your knife along the top, just piercing the skin a little bit, and you should be able to slide your knife underneath the vein and pull it right out. There we go. A prepared, deveined, deshelled shrimp. Now we need to create a bit of a seasoning that's both going to season these and help them stay plump and juicy when we grill them. Use a bit of baking powder and a bit of salt. Combine that together just sort of roughly, add our shrimp and toss them around in this mixture. Now we need to use some skewers to help them stay together, and it'll help them stay flat. Just push these on, alternating from tail to head on either side. Push them onto the skewer completely, and we'll set that in the fridge for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna create 2 flavor enhancers for our shrimp, one with just oil and garlic. We're gonna stir that together and set it aside so that the garlic infuses into the oil. Same thing here, a bit of oil, a bit of garlic, but a bit of jalapeno and scallion as well. The shrimps are ready. They hung out in the fridge for about 15 or 20 minutes. They are ready to go to our grill. Most important thing when grilling shrimp is it does not take very long. These shrimps are gonna cook 60 to 90 seconds per side, 2 to 3 minutes in total. They cook extraordinarily quickly, especially the ones that I have. They're a little bit on the smaller side, so they're gonna cook really, really quickly. Overcooked shrimp aren't very good. Perfectly cooked shrimp are, well, obviously they're gonna be really, really good. I think it's really hard to undercook these. Don't cook the shrimp too long. Let's get them on the grill and let's show you how to finish making our grilled shrimp bao bun. We're gonna use our first oil, which is just the garlic and the oil. Brush that on with a brush so that it covers both sides of our shrimp. And then we're going to a frying pan, add a bit more of that neutral flavored oil and get it smoking, and then add our shrimp right into the pan. Remember, these are gonna cook really, really quickly. I did about 60 seconds on the first side, flipped it over, we've got some really nice charring, and then cook it for another 30 to 60 seconds on the other side. Very, very carefully off of our skewer. Remove the tails. I forgot to do that for some reason earlier. You could have done that before. Toss them in our second oil, our scallions, jalapeno, and garlic oil. We're ready to plate these up, open up a bun, brush on some of our Sriracha mayo. I'm gonna add in our shrimps. This time I'm gonna add a bit of cabbage to the other side and a bit of scallions. And there we go. This is a grilled shrimp bao bun. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks for watching. I'm coming back for more. Super delicious.